Hey guys, Chuck here in Planet Crafter once again. Episode Big 3-0. Now look on the board there. That's 61% toward breathable atmosphere. I have been active for the last few minutes before I started recording. I got more lockers built. Look at that. We've almost got the room filled. So we need like 3 more to go there. And then I'm going to start putting them down this middle aisle. Down the middle here. And with room to walk around. And I got rid of that interior staircase. And I got all the windows done upstairs. I haven't decided to do windows here or not. Because when you're in here, all you're looking at storage lockers, but the storage lockers are transparent. You can see out back. So I might do lockers there. Just haven't. I mean, lockers. I got the lockers. I mean, windows. So, another thing that I realized, and probably since I got that full of lockers, it would be kind of difficult to attach things on the back end here. So anything I attach might have to come out right here, which would do away with that window. As far as other domes and things like that. But the lake is big. We're getting plenty of iron. I can always lay more foundation, and I can put stuff all over the place back here. And I might even do a door coming out from upstairs and have some stairs coming down here. There's all sorts of opportunity, all sorts of stuff you can do. So we just have to kind of play that by ear as we go. So the first thing I want to show you is this thing here we never really looked at. It tells you what rockets you have up there, and you can see them orbiting. So it says we have 1 seed spreader, 3 heat rockets, 7 pressure rockets, and 2 plant rockets and 2 GPS. So what I want to look at are the GPS rockets. Let's take that food out so more will grow. So let's because a previous playthrough, the map gives me a lot more information than obviously we can see some trees. Let me see if I can zoom out. There's the mushroom cave. There's the wreck in the lava zone, which we've been to recently. Now, I thought, yeah, I could be mistaken. Maybe I need to reload that save and take a look at it. But that it showed you those destructible walls that you can blow up. Now, I could be wrong. So, here's those couple wrecks that are close by. Here's the wreck right on the top of the hill. And there's that one wreck that's half underwater. There's that new biome that we visited already, where we blew up a wall to get in there. And there we can see it. I think that's the wall that we blew up to get in. But I'm going to back out of that. I'm going to watch my oxygen usage anyway. So you got these GPS rockets. Display points of interest on the map. I think that's the one we want. So let's pin that. And let's see about getting, what we need to make that one. We're going to need super alloys. We got to make a super alloy rod, and I've used all the super alloys to make these storage containers. So let's see, there's no iron in that, so there was... Let's try dumping out these extractors, hoping I can get enough stuff to make some more super alloys. But I didn't get enough cobalt. So we have more titanium there. Only got one cobalt out of that one. So let's go back out and empty the other extractor. We are getting pretty close to... I got one alloy there. Let's make this the storage for super alloys. And I think I need to have a storage for electronics. I could use that one for the moment and put these circuit boards in there. I'm going to keep these bombs on me. So I'd need a super alloy rod, couple osmium, and obviously a rocket engine. So that's going to be there. Now, let me check. All right, let's go. There's osmium. We need osmium. And I had a container for osmium. There's only 2 in it. I need to go get more. So now we need that super alloy rod. So I need, I think, like 8 super alloys. I need to get a drink of water. All right. Probably should eat something. Just gonna run over this cave and clear it out. And hopefully there's a lot of super alloy in that extractor. And we can get or I should have gone back and checked all the storage. I might have one of those rods in there somewhere that I haven't used yet. But either way, we got to come out here and clear this out anyway. And, well, let's take all that. I think that gives us enough to make a rod. And then we're going to make another run on those caves sometime soon and collect some more quartz of different various colors, because we need the pulsar ones in order to make more of those fusion reactors. And we're going to need some more. I haven't checked the energy usage screen in a while, but I don't know how much we have to spare, and if we build too many more things, if we're going to be kind of up against it. Now also, that tells me a compass chip is needed, but of course I don't want to use the one that I have currently on my person. So we need to look at, we need a couple aluminum to make another compass chip. So let's come down here. That's where I put the aluminum. Now I need maybe another aluminum for the super alloy rod, don't I? I can't remember, 1 or 2. So let's go down here and make this stuff. Okay, there's the compass chip. And Takes 8 and 1 aluminum. Okay. There's the rod. Alright, let's go launch that rocket. See if that gives me what I'm looking for on the map screen. I like how your guy just climbs ladders really freaking fast. I mean, it's amazing. Now, map information rocket, points of interest. What's this last one down here? Oh, that shows you your drones. We don't have drones yet, so we want the map information. Want to launch that thing and go into space, buddy. Now let's see how long it takes for stuff to show up on the map. Okay, look at this. All right. We see different items. Titanium. We got uranium deposits. We got iridium. We got superalloy. We got zeolite. We got osmium, sulfur. Another osmium. Another iron area. Oh, and that's all the obsidian in the lava fields. I was kind of hoping for a little more than that. And I don't know what those handprints are in the sand out there. Okay, there was that destructible wall that we blew up. Now, I'm seeing something else. Maybe that's just more of those trees. Now, if we go over here, we just have the waterfall area. But not much else. All right, well, that was helpful. If we're looking for anything we really need to get, we know you check out this whole desert biome. I'm not sure if there's anything out there worth looking at. There's the edge of the map there. They look like giant handprints in the sand there, like some giant just smacked. Well, and there's the aluminum field, and there's our car. You can see that on the map along with our base. Well, the nice thing, I think, I'm standing there staring at the map, and I was about to kick the bucket. Alright, if we're going to stare at the map, we should go indoors, where we can breathe. Now let's see if we're getting close to anything unlocking before I decide if we're going to go out adventuring. Well, we've got, look at this. At 25, we get the teleporter. Then after that, a T3 tree spreader, then osmium rod, then fusion energy cells, and then the drone station at 45. Terraformation. So, I think that tells us we can either sit around and wait on that stuff to happen, or we can build some more machines and try to get. We could put a machine optimizer, but it sold all the things that go in them. Now 6.22 on the pressure, and we need 13 to get the T3 extractor. So we need more pressure. We need to also check energy levels. We got 1847 available still on power. So let's look at what the power draws are on some of these machines that we can go out there and build. Now that draws 51, energy, but it needs another super alloy for a T4 heater. Nuclear fusion generator needs 4 of them, plus, now obviously we already have that. We don't need another fusion. We would like another drill. Need 4 more alloys and 3 osmium. We need to run up to the osmium cave and get some more osmium so we can build another drill, and possibly we can build another heater. We're going to need about 7 more super alloys in order to do that. Everything else I think we have. So let's run up here and clear out that extractor real fast. Shouldn't take long. Alright, lots of goodies there. I think we're going to swap one of these for the last osmium. We'll have to come back and get the rest of it. And we have to make sure we've hit all the wrecks. So we'll check the map, and I'll try to see if there's any wrecks I might have missed. So what was I looking to do? I wanted to get a drink of water, and I'll have to go out here for that. And should... Alright, we are looking to build... Obviously we have 2 super alloys on my... Well, we have them in here. I believe there they are. There's only one. When I pull up that, it tells me I have 2. So does that mean I have them on my person? Yeah, okay, I have them there. Alright, let's get rid of the rest of this stuff. We need to keep 3 osmium on me, and that's it. The rest of the osmium can go back in their container. Whoops, what did I click the wrong thing there, didn't I? All right. That cobalt can go back in wherever I've got the cobalt. And let's get rid of the rest of the stuff. We have the drones. We won't be doing any of this. The drones will be doing all that. Now, I think I'm going to have to reorganize these at some point, and we're going to have to be doing 3 containers per mineral. But that's going to wait till I get more containers, till I get the middle of the room filled up with them. So, let's check. Grab this last alloy out of here. That gives me 3. So I need 3 more there. And then... So I need 6 total. More, other than what I have. I don't think we can make that many because I've only got 2 cobalt. So... off we go. I was kind of hoping for more cobalt. Better go see what the heck that is. Oh! Those are really rare. this one big one that just falls. But let's just clear. I can't remember what it spits out. I just remember it being very rare, and it's something you're gonna want. It's like pulsar quartz or something like that. Yeah, it is. Inventory is full. We'll have to come back out here. I got overly excited by that. Let's get everything dumped in the lockers and go back out and get that. Just when I was... We might be needing it eventually. Because, yeah, we're going to still run short on power. And have to build more of those fusion generators. In fact, I've got a... There was a playthrough I did a couple years ago where I think I must have had 20 of those fusion generators going. I had so much stuff going. That's where I kind of ignored the end game and just kept building. Now, how many of those were lying around down here? And we'll have to wait for those rocks to dissipate before we can get to the rest. And there will probably be more down here. And what's amazing is these things can hit and never destroy your equipment. Now here's the reason I removed that stairwell. Is because I put a ladder here and boom. You just climb the ladder to get up here anyway. Now, we need what? Like 6 more super alloy? So let's see if we can... No, we can't make that many. Because we need... Well, let's put that over there. We can make a couple, and we need to go... Probably only it's gonna use that cobalt we put in there. Let's see at what point does it use that cobalt. There it went. And that is gonna be it. Take those. Tell that to stop making. We need to go grab 3 more cobalt. So let's hope that other extractor has some cobalt in it. Oh, it does. Exactly 3. Okay. That should do. And like I said, you know, you got to put them in there for it to draw from them. Now let's get 3 more of those. I'll take that. Okay, back out of there. Now, what does that leave us? Another drill. Let's go put that drill down. Yeah. All right, get that pressure cranking up a little quicker. All right, now how are we doing here? Terraformation index is at 24.21. And what did it have to be for the next unlock? I think it was at 25 to get the teleporters. All right, that's going to really cut down on travel time quite a bit. I don't even know the recipe to make a teleporter yet. So let's see. Let's stock up on food. Let's put the rest of this stuff away. All right. Let me try to remember where I had stuff. You know, it's interesting, like, through the different stages of the game, there's always the thing that you have a hard time getting enough of. And then you get to a point where, you know, you just got way more than you ever need. Another thing we didn't build since we rebuilt the base was the incubators. And here's another thing, we don't really need the biolab anymore because the auto crafters can make everything the biolab can make. But the biolab was handy for looking up recipes for things. So I might build another one at some point. So the incubator. I need to put a couple of those down. So I'm going to need 2 of each of those items. Hydration. So we need a couple of alloys. Was that a green fertilizer? Let's see. I think so. And an oxygen, which we need to make another oxygen. And the tree bark, which I should have plenty tree bark in this container here. And if not, we get that out of those domes over there anyway, the biodome. Yeah, I got a bunch more water balls in here too. I'll grab a couple of those. Well, oxygen, do I have any cobalt left? No, we used all the cobalt making super alloys. So, I need to get that fertilizer. I had this storage here, which is all agricultural stuff. So let me grab those. We'll have to slap this down here, and then we'll have to go get a couple more cobalt so we can make another one. Okay, there's one incubator. I can make another one as soon as I get an oxygen bottle. Now surely there's going to be at least a couple cobalt in here. No, one. How about the other one? None. Well, let's go around and find one. There's always one lying around somewhere. There's one. Imagine if real life was like these games. Imagine walking out your front door and there's like different minerals out there, you know, in that form. Like, oh, here's a chunk of iron. Here's a piece of silicon. Here's a piece of cobalt. Yeah, I don't think so. It'd be kind of funny. I've often said, you know, life should be like, see if I can attach those together. There we go. Kind of make it blend into one thing. All right, we got a couple incubators. Let's see, what else? We're going to need a DNA manipulator. But I definitely don't know if I got everything left to make that. Let's Whoa, I need to unpin some blueprints. I need to unpin that. And probably that rocket. So what did I just pin? A DNA manipulator? Because we're getting pretty close to using that. So let's go over here and see if we got everything for that. I don't know where I would have put explosive powder. If we had it, probably in this catch-all over here. So we got that. Now we need an osmium, a zeolite, get a bioplastic nugget, and a super alloy. All right. Last super alloy. Now we need a zeolite and an osmium. I remember how we were having a hard time finding zeolite. Or like looking all over saying, where's the zeolite? Now we got plenty of it. So let's put that thing down here. Alright, rotate that around. Oh, there's a couple screens on it. I guess we'll just put the front of it right here. Alright, so we got nothing to do with that yet. You can make different tree seeds by putting different stuff in there. See that? So, and then you pick the finished item out of here. So we can mess with that. Actually, let's try to do one. Let's look. Oxygen multiple. Okay, that needs a tree bark, a mutagen, and a tusca seed. We'll see if we have all that. Certainly got so much in these seeds here. I don't remember what that tusca seed looked like. There's a tree bark. There it is. And we need a mutagen. And that, I don't know if I have any of that. Might have to make one. I have one. Alright. Let's go put that in here. And it'll give us a tree seed. Alright, so we need to put those items in here. And then we have to go over and click research. So you don't make the dumb mistake I did with the larva and forget to click that, and then we weren't getting any more larvae. So now we wait some time for that. Then when that's done, we come out and build a tree spreader. 24.76. That close to getting the teleporter open. I think we could make a mad dash. Do I have any oxygen? Better take the car with me. Item storage is not empty. Look at that. I was worried about super alloys, and look what I just found. They were all in the car inventory. So, that's more storage lockers. A lot more storage lockers. If I can find where I put those chips. There's only a couple of them left, so let's put those alloys in here. I was all like scrambling to find those, and I had them right there all along. Now let's pick the car up. And let's just venture over to those caves and see if there's anything we might be missing or I might want to get some more of. And I can't remember if we went back in this wreck. or not either. You know, I thought we were going back in all the wrecks to clear out the circuit boards. And I can't remember if I went back in this one. So let's have an ADD moment and just go in here and check this out while we're here. All right, that brought us down here. Now, let's see what seeds those are. Nothing we don't already have, and a bunch of iron. Spacesuit lockers, 2 more, but we've already got those. And look at that. How did I miss that the last time I was here? So, coming back here paid off. We got to be quick about our exploration here, though, because I did not bring any oxygen bottles with me. All right, I did not bring any with me at all. I know we can park the car out there and grab some air, which is why I brought it. Yep. All right. That's 4 more lockers. And let's check out over here. Teleporter is unlocked. Well, what do you say we get out of this area and go back and build a couple teleporters? More technical debris. All right, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Let's go back to base. Where'd that little place to breathe go? Here we go. Let's see what it takes for a teleporter. Well, look at that. 2 pulsar quartz. I think we might be good on that, but I don't know how much super alloy we have. So we're already near there. We can stop by the cave and grab some. And then we can build. We'll see how the teleporters work. We're going to have to build a couple of them if we can. That might take a lot of stuff. So let's hope I think we have enough to make 2 rods. Now let's go ahead and grab whatever else we might. And that's it. This was a productive little trip here. I meant to go over to that cave, and we might still have to go over there, but we'll see. And that might be on a different episode. Because I'm not looking at my clock, but I think we're running onto some time here. And I don't know how many people stick around till the end of these things anyway. Besides me. Now, although before I ever started this channel, though, I used to, there was this lady that did videos for Grounded, the first Grounded game. And she would do really, really long. I think they were live streams that she turned around and posted them as episodes after the fact. And they would be crazy long, like 4 hours. But she was so chill. And I would sometimes just put it on and let it play and be doing other stuff in the background. Because, like I said, she was just the chill lady, and she was fun to listen to. But I don't think I ever paid attention all the way to the end, but I had them run until the end. Now, let's see, where's a good place to put... We need a super alloy rod, an obsidian, 2 of those pink quartz. All right, 2 of the pink... What? Of course, I've got to get rid of stuff from the inventory. So let's get rid of that. Now let's dump the super alloy in here so I can make the rods from the extract, having a mental lapse there. Forgot what I called it. Anyway, the auto crafter. You know what I'm talking about. Senior moment. So I got a couple of those pink things. I need a zeolite and an obsidian. I put the obsidian somewhere. There it is. We got those. I need a zeolite and an osmium, is it? I put those next to each other. That's kind of convenient. All right, take that. And we need a super alloy rod. Did I get the 2 pink things? No, I didn't, because my inventory was full when I came to grab them. All right, we got that. Let's go up here, use the crafter. You know what? I should have thought to check and make sure I don't have a stray super alloy rod sitting in one of these catch-all containers. Not in that one. Not that one. No, these are specific things. So the only other catch-all container I got is that one. And look, there's one there anyway. So now, all right, we're gonna make another one because you got to put 2 teleporters down. You can't just do one, right? Got to put 2 down to see how they work. So let's grab another osmium, another zeolite, and another obsidian, and 2 more of these pink quartz. And let's go up and make another super alloy rod really quick. So we still had to come up here anyway. Don't want to make 2, buddy. Might need the alloys for something else. So you got to stop it before it'll make more than you want it to. Now, if I want to put the teleporter down here, I put the stairwell there. I have that sign there, but obviously the sign could hang somewhere else. A teleporter could just go right here next to the door, depending on how big it is. Yeah, that'll work. It could just go right there next to the door. Okay, so we have that. Now you can name it. So I think I'm just going to name it home. And we can put another one Well, we have to decide where we want to put the other one. So I'm trying to figure a nice place that might be handy to teleport to and from. So let's take a look at the map. And, you know, is there a particular wreck we might want to go to? Or, obviously we could put one in the super alloy cave and zap back and forth in there really quick to grab super alloys. And I think that's what I'll do for now. Or we could put one out here by the waterfalls, because there's a lot of you know, stuff we need to get from those caves back there. So the sky's the limit on that. We're gonna put them all over the map though, and I might do some of that off camera, but just to, for anybody that's still with us, show you how it works. Let's go put one in the super alloy cave. I know it's not that far, but you'll see how handy it is to just, you can take the car, you can fill the car's inventory, fill your inventory, teleport back to base, recall the car. I mean, you can get crazy amounts of stuff that way. So we will put a teleporter like right here. Now if we rotate it around, and there it is. We pop out, we'll be right by the extractor. So since we're right by the extractor already, let's clear it out. Now let's hop over here. Let's name it. And I'm going to name it Alloy because it's right here at the Alloy Cave. Now let's just hop in and you'll be able to see all the ones you have built other than the one you're in. So we just hit home and there we are. That is kind of a game changer. So, and the fact that we're getting close to breathable atmosphere. Now we have, let's get rid of this, the rest of this stuff that's in here. And then let's go decode that chip and see what kind of goodies we have. And then we have to come up with, we messed up here. So I had 2 titanium. This is supposed to be titanium over here. And then I had 2 yeah, I think I messed up. These are supposed to go over here, because I had 2 for everything. Now I might go ahead and label them as well. That way I don't get mixed up again. But let's put some magnesium here. All right, then we got, yeah. You can see I've got this aluminum doesn't belong there. That's for silicon, so I have the 2 silicon containers. And now these 2 aluminum, I'm going to put a couple in each one just so they'll be labeled. Now we have that super alloy left over. Now you can see we're starting to accumulate those things. Now let's run over here. What were we going to do? Decode this chip. And we got a T3 blueprint pinning. And that's nice. It allows us to pin more blueprints. So it's handy if there's a lot of stuff we're wanting to build. But not really worried about that right now. Now we are close to that breathable atmosphere. But I'm not going to keep this one running long enough to hit it. We'll probably hit that on the next one. And so next time around, I think what we're going to focus on is putting some of these at different spots around the map and then zapping around to those different spots around the map and collecting all sorts of goodies. And we're going to build maybe some more heaters, some more drills, and launch some more rockets. We need to just kind of speed some of this up a little bit. So that's where we are. Really, really look down here. 6.76. Pressure needs to go, needs to increase. So for now, we're going to call an end to episode 30. If you've enjoyed this video or found it informative in any way, please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.